Alright, so we're back for another game here. We won the die roll, and I think they're done mowing the lawn outside. This hand is interesting. Killing Wave doesn't look very good unless he's playing tokens. I guess I have a little bit of removal and a little bit of gas, so I'm going to keep, but I wouldn't fault you for mulliganing this. This is certainly not the best hand. Sometimes you have to keep a little bit underpowered of a hand with these types of decks, though. And this deck is an aggro deck, that is something to keep in mind. But with Blood Artist, it is a combo deck, too. So, I mean, this isn't just an aggro matchup, and I'm not just playing aggro. Sure, I want to get you as low as possible, as quickly as I can, and that's what Killing Wave helps me do. It also helps me just straight up kill you when you're too low on life. But it isn't only a aggro match, so just thought I'd mention that here. I'm not sure what my opponent is doing. I guess he was just thinking really hard about his hand. And I guess we'll play from here. At least we're on the play, so we get to play this Highborn Ghoul. Obviously, he gets to know what's up with our deck first, since he cast an Evolving Wilds here. Or, well, I guess he didn't cast Evolving Wilds, but he did play Evolving Wilds. Same thing, I guess. But yeah, we will play Highborn Ghoul. He knows that we're playing Swamp. Evolving Wilds is probably some sort of control deck. This isn't very good in the aggro decks anyway. Although, I guess it could be some sort of random 3-color aggro deck that he wanted Evolving Wilds in. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll find out in a second here. My guess would be some sort of blue deck. But I don't really know for sure until he does it. And wow, he's thinking really hard about what basic land he wants. There we go, Swamp. Esper? Alright, yeah, this has got to be Esper. Remove that stop. Okay, so he's at least blue-black. It could be Esper, too. Birthing Pod is something I do want against the control deck. Killing Wave, probably not. So, I could just play Metamorph, but then if he kills my guy, it doesn't do anything. I think I'm just going to play the Birthing Pod into his Mana Leak, which they don't always have, right? I mean, they can't always have Mana Leak. That would be weird. Always have Mana Leak. Yeah, I guess that's fine, whatever. This could be a traditional blue-black control list, by the looks of it. And this is something I actually have not playtested much against, but drawing a bunch of Zealous Conscripts and a Killing Wave are definitely not what I want to be doing. Again, I could play Metamorph, but it seems somewhat likely that he has removal. That's ballsy. What if I have a Messenger? Oh, he has another Mana Leak. That must be it. That's the only reason why he would. Or he has to think twice. Yeah, that makes sense too, I guess. It's really hard to tell if this deck has counter or not. But I don't think I care too much. We are definitely the aggro in this matchup. After my whole spiel about not necessarily being aggro, we're the aggro. So this hand's bad. Against an unknown opponent, I still kind of like that hand. But against this matchup in particular, it's not very good. Oh, he's Grixis control. Okay. So, what is he playing red for? Bonfire, probably? That would make the most sense. Do you want to counter my Diregraf Ghoul? Okay. Gets to think twice at end of turn. That would be my guess. Okay. Yuck. Well, this hand is not going very well. We're drawing a bunch of bad removal. A Metamorph I don't really want to cast. Especially if he goes like Consecrated Sphinx next turn. I kind of just want to play the Metamorph. Yeah, whatever. Also because obviously he could have removal. There's no reason to think he wouldn't have removal anyway. Alright, so something not Tragic Slip. Yeah, this is not a real game. Oh, this sucks. This is miserable. I guess I should have mulled. He's just basically going to get us here. Oh, he's going for something. Hopefully not Karn. Looks like Karn. Fuck. Well, he can eat one of our lands, which is probably okay. Yeah, whatever. I think we're dead here. This is pretty miserable. We can't even draw, like, Messenger. Can't draw anything. Yeah. I'm pretty sure he got us with this Karn. That's really unfortunate. And did not go anywhere. So I think we want the Spell Bombs. We definitely want the Appetites. And I think we want the Lilianas. We also might want the Manic Vandal, because he could definitely have a Batterskull that we need to deal with. So we don't want Killing Wave. I think we do want the Conscripts, because he probably does have some sort of monster in his deck somewhere. Tragic Slip is terrible. Gloom Surgeon we can cut. And then do I want the Metamorphs? They do make messengers, but they are a little awkward. I think I'd rather just steal his guys. And then one more card I can cut. I guess I can cut the Manic Vandal because I don't know if he has Batterskull. But it is a card I might want if he does. Spellbomb seemed good for his Forbidden Alchemies, which he probably has. Think Twice's, other shenanigans. So, yep, we'll run this. That was a pretty miserable game one, not gonna lie. Alright, so we will play first. We know that we're the aggro deck this time. Something definitely to keep in mind. This hand, again, is not great, but it does have Birthing Pod and it does have Messenger. Those are two of the best cards we can get. Now, we can't actually Messenger into more Messengers, which is mildly annoying, but I think we just want to kill him with Aristocrats anyway. We will not mulligan. We'll just go ahead and lead off with a Cemetery and then a Blackcleave Cliffs, just so we can at least cast this on turn 2. And kind of go from there. He could easily have a Tragic Slip for this, but, you know, not really much I can do about that. He's still deciding on his mulligan. I did beat a blue-black control player in the top 8, actually, of that 2K event or whatever. One where I won 700. He basically kept playing around Brimstone Volley, which I didn't have. And I ended up just comboing him out with Aristocrats and such. Zealous Conscripts is obviously the nuts in that type of match. Since once he did eventually tap out for his big bomb, whatever I win card, I ended up just stealing it. I could even steal Karn, which is an interesting interaction. There we go, that's great. So we'll just go ahead and run out the Highborn Ghoul. Next turn we will just run out the Messenger. He could easily just have Mana Leak at that point, but they can't always have Mana Leak. And I kind of want the Birthing Pod more than the Messenger. So I think I'm okay with that. Otherwise, I could just run out a Gravecrawler and play it safe. That's interesting. So he could easily have Mana Leak here. I kind of just want to run out the Gravecrawler then. I guess I can sort of play around it. Yeah, you know what? We'll play it a little bit safer. Now that I drew the Gravecrawler. Otherwise, I would have just slammed this. He could just Black Sun Zenith me for 1 next turn, but then I get a Messenger. So I guess that's not the absolute worst. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, so I think we will bash for 2 first. See See if he wants to try and kill my Gravecrawler, which he could. And then he could have a Dissipate here, could have a Mana Leak still. I could just play Birthing Pod instead of the Messenger. I think they're both going to be very good. Birthing Pod's going to give me a better late game, but it's not going to be very good next turn if all I have is a Gravecrawler to pod. So, yeah, let's just play the pod. Plus, if this resolves, that's pretty good, because then we get to go Messenger pod for an Aristocrat. And they always have the Mana Leak, or the Dissipate, or whatever. Especially this deck. Blue-black has nothing but counter and kill. That's their whole game plan. Alright, so we'll just keep bashing with this Gravecrawler. I can actually afford to wait even one more turn for this, if I need to. See if he wants to use a removal spell on this Gravecrawler. He does not. And then, yeah, we'll just play another one. Next turn, I can, I can afford to play around the Mana Leak if I draw a untapped land. There we go. Alright, well, let's bash first. He could easily still have a Dissipate, but I guess that's not the absolute worst. So, do you have Dissipate? No. Oh, he didn't even... Yeah, okay. So playing around Mana Leak seems like it worked out there. He's actually at 1 on board, unless he does something. If he batter skulls, we actually just kill him. Tameo seems fine. I think we just attack him to 4, and then... Nope, actually he's just dead. Because Conscripts untaps, doesn't it? Yeah. He's actually just dead. We Conscripts our own Messenger, and then attack. Oop. You. Alright, so we got that game. Does have Planeswalkers. I did not see an artifact again. I didn't see a lot of graveyard shenanigans, so maybe we don't want that. Maybe we do want one Metamorph so we can actually pod into a Messenger. I didn't see too many other targets for this, though. And maybe I do want the Gloom Surgeon just because it attacks, but he does have Black Sun Zenith. I think now that we're playing more of a reactive game this game... Oh no, they have the Leaf Blower! Anyway, I think we do want the 2 Metamorphs back. That might have been a miscalculation on my part. So, we'll just go ahead and run that back out. Alright, so this hand I kinda like. We do have 2 Appetites, so we get to maybe get his threats out of his hand. Liliana seems very good against him. I don't really want to be playing Blood Artist on turn 2 anyway, so I might just lead off with Blackcleave Cliffs Appetite, and then just Appetite again. So, I will not mulligan this hand, and I think that will be our game plan, unless we draw something that alters it. Appetite does exile too, which is important at some points. Just because you can't flashback whatever I exile, or you can't return it with like Burial Rites, those types of cards. I have had it come up anyway. It does not get any X spells in the format though, which is kind of annoying. Birthing Pod is not exactly what I want to be drawing. Well, let's see what's going on over here. We did get a Temporal Mastery, not exactly the card I wanted. So he has a Manic Vandal for a Birthing Pod, a Mana Leak, and I think twice. Sorry, just a second here. Let's see. Manic Vandal, think twice. It was a Dark Slick Shores and Mana Leak. Okay. So, we will pass here. I don't think getting the Temporal Mastery out of his hand actually did anything. Kind of annoying. That was actually basically a dead draw anyway. So it looks like he's going to leave up Mana Leak here, which is fine, I guess, because we're not doing anything. Then he's going to think twice. Did not have another land in that previous hand anyway. And if he just passes again, I guess I'm okay with that. Oh, he Temporal Mastery us? Okay. So he paid 2 to draw a card, since I don't think he has a land. Oh, he does. Fuck. Desolate Lighthouse. Okay, whatever. Don't draw land. Even though his hand doesn't do anything. So he casts Think Twice, he casts Darkslake Shores. He has Manic Vandal, Mana Leak. Plus 1 random card. Which you can actually start Desolate Lighthousing away, which is kind of annoying. Oh, yuck. Alright, so we're actually going to lead off with a Blood Artist here. Since the Highborn Ghoul, I actually do want to resolve against him. The Blood Artist doesn't look like it's going to be all that relevant, and I think it will get through his counter magic. It feels like he's just going to Lighthouse here, or actually Think Twice. That makes more sense. Still no 2 of his cards. Really? Wow. Okay. That's hilarious. He's not doing anything with his time, but that's hilarious. He's basically just drawing a card and untapping. That's very strong, though. Like, he's getting way ahead in the match here. At least in mana, if not anything else. I need an untapped land. Yuck. Alright, so that's bad. I guess we make him use his Mana Leak if he's going to. Nope. Okay. Liliana might not be all that good here. He can start Lighthousing. This game got out of control quickly. Even if all he did was cast a bunch of Temporal Masteries, it seems to have been good enough. Like, getting ahead in lands is very important here. Yeah, this is going to get awkward. So he can actually be kind of tricky with this Ponder too. Like if he has a Tomeo on top of his deck, he can leave it on top, draw the next card. That way I can't Appetite it away. Now that he knows I have Appetite. Or obviously he can just cast it if he has it here, I guess. Tap one of my lands. Or my Highborn Ghoul. This game is not going in my favor, that's for sure. Whip Flare. Okay. I guess you take 2 then. So he still has Mana Leak, Manic Vandal, 1 random card I don't know about, plus whatever's on top of his deck. Oh, wow, that's bad. Alright, well, I guess I could Appetite here, but he's just going to Mana Leak it. It doesn't actually do anything, I think, other than maybe eat Mana Leak. That's only assuming he has something. I know 2 of his cards actually don't get hit by Appetite, so this actually is not very good right now. He could even, like, Desolate Lighthouse away the thing I try to Appetite. This isn't Karn, is it? Oh, just Wormcoil. I would have liked to have Appetited that, I guess. Land? Alright, jeez. So I don't know what I'd do here against Wormcoil. I guess I just cast Liliana and make him split it into 2, so he doesn't gain as much life. I'll still be taking, 6 a turn or whatever. I know his hand is Manic Vandal, Mana Leak, so he probably hit that on top if he was a good player. Don't know what I can really do next turn. I might be able to get a Messenger and just get back in this game. He is going to eat Liliana, which is going to be pretty annoying. Both at Liliana. Okay. That's fine. Save me a bit of damage. Cavern. I kind of just want to get a Messenger, taking 4. That puts me at 19, and then that puts me at 13, but he can obviously just kill my Birthing Pod with his Mana Leak. This Appetite for Brains is quickly becoming terrible, considering if he had something big, he would have just cast it. Go for Throat doesn't do what I want it to. I think how I'm going to win this game is probably through a Aristocrat, so I'm going to put this on Vampire. I'm going to try for the Birthing Pod. He might just let it go through because he has the Manic Vandal, as opposed to the Mana Leak on it. He knows that I know that he has a Manic Vandal, so why wouldn't he? Oh, there go the fireworks. Happy 4th, I guess. America! So I actually do go back to 20. We will get a Messenger. Next turn he's going to Manic Vandal away my Birthing Pod, which is okay. I have another one anyway. Not discarding Manic Vandal, I would suspect, or Mana Leak, so discarding whatever his other card was, or whatever he drew, land. Oh, he drew a Think Twice, okay. So these are obviously going to be a little bit of a problem, but I can leave this guy back at least, and block the lifelink one. So he is bashing in for 6, I would suspect. And then I would suspect also a Manic Vandal. Okay. That is all fine by me. And he has a Mana Leak and 1 random card, or 2 random cards. Oh, really? You drew a Pillar? That's disgusting. Wow. Alright, I think I'm just dead now. So he has Mana Leak in hand. Wow. Well, I guess I can see what his other card is. I don't think it matters. I'm pretty sure I'm dead. Double Mana Leak? Oh, wow. This game's way over. So, yeah. We're dead. I'm not playing this out. At least we knew we were dead. Alright, so that was that game. Definitely got a little mana screwed. That was not going to go well from there. Alright, well, we'll get one more in here, and I'll see you in the next round.